right, hello. We will get started in just a few moments. Before I do get started, I would love to know, where are you watching from? Let me know what it looks like outside your window. I love getting that info from y'all. It just gives me a better idea of what you're seeing. It helps me out. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments box. I'm kind of setting it up here so that I can see your questions. A few more notes here. If you can see the red live button on the top left hand of your screen, that means this is live in real time. If you can no longer see the red live button, that means that this is now a recording, and the time right now is 12:14 in the afternoon. Today is Monday, September 13th. Hello. All right, we're seeing Bertram, Hill Country. Hello out of Bryan. Hello, Hornsby Bend, Portland, Texas. So good to hear from all of you. All right, I'm going to jump on here. What I want to give you an update on is obviously Tropical Storm Nicholas. And Tropical Storm Nicholas has been an interesting one here to look at over the last several hours. In fact, over the last just 12 to 24 hours, because it's not really an true organized storm. And that's what we're noticing. The center of circulation, yes, it's there, but it's not a well-defined one. So over the next several hours, it probably won't intensify, but it is still over water. And any time the middle of a system is over water, it generally tends to intensify. The other thing that I notice is that it has picked up in speed, and generally that means that it'll have less time for it to intensify in the next few hours ahead of landfall, which will be late in the afternoon and this evening. So with Nicholas, I'm going to hop off here and show you. Nicholas is now the 14th named storm of the season, and only 4 other years have had over 14 named storms by September 12th. And this is including 2005, 2011, 2012, and 2020. Usually the 14th named storm doesn't happen until mid-November, and we are ahead of schedule with that. So yes, we are ahead of schedule. If it seems like we've had a lot of these recently, we have. So we had pretty active start to the season in June, and then July was really quiet. August, things started ramping up a bit, and September, it really started ramping up. Stacy said her daughter's in Corpus. I hope that she is really taking this seriously, because Corpus will be one of those locations that sees a lot of heavy rainfall. Hello, Nicholas said it's raining a little bit in north central Austin. Is Houston going to get lots of rain? I have relatives there. Yes, Houston is going to be one of the locations that gets the most amount of rain. Susan, howdy to you. I believe that is an ode to Texas A&M, my alma mater. At least I hope so. Howdy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right to it. We are tracking the tropics with Tropical Storm Nicholas. Now has max sustained winds of 60 miles per hour. And this is a pretty large storm in terms of just how wide it is. It is currently moving north at it's moving north at 12 miles per hour as of the latest advisory. And that advisory came out at 10. We have advisories that come out every 3 hours. So we'll see another update here at 1 in the afternoon. Just another view of Nicholas. Nicholas, like I mentioned, the eye is not really well defined, and the eye is the center of circulation. It's not really well defined, but it is there. And it's still well off of the coastline. Something else that I do want to mention is that the entire Texas coastline has a flash flood watch. Flash flood watch will be in place, and that includes the Louisiana coastline as well. So that's just something to be aware of. Tropical storm warnings, that is what you see in yellow, and that is going to be in place as well for this afternoon. And most locations will see this in place until Thursday at about 10 in the morning. So a few more days of this, and then tropical storm watch is also in place. That's the pink that you see there. That will be in place for Fayette County. So our KVUE viewing area, Fayette County will be the only county included in this tropical storm watch, and it's for the potential of strong winds. So whenever we have a flash flood watch, that is for rain. Whenever we have a tropical storm warning, That's for the potential of strong winds. Stacy wants to know if her daughter at Texas A&M, I believe Corpus Christi, should evacuate. Stacy, I am suggesting for your daughter just to follow local guidelines. I'm not sure what Corpus Christi is recommending at the moment. Tala wants to know if this will be as bad as Harvey. No, Tala, this will not be as bad as Harvey, and for the simple fact that it is a completely different structure of a storm. This is a type of storm that is moving much quicker. If you recall, Harvey stalled over the area. That's not the case here. This is moving quick. In fact, I was surprised this morning at how fast it was moving at 14 miles per hour. It did slow down a little bit. But yes, it is now picking up speed. So this is not going to be like Harvey. Zachary in Galveston said it's raining hard there. Katy, Texas, cloud now, rained early this morning. You'll probably see some more rain, Eugene, in Katy. Kay said, we wish we can get some of this rain in Austin. I wish we could take just a little bit of that rain just to relieve our friends in Houston from this, because this is going to be a doozy of a rain. This is going to definitely be a soaker. Okay, so what I'm noticing here is some of these rain bands kind of moving on into the Houston metro along Interstate 10. So that is one rain band. That's the outer band, and you can see it kind of moving inland there. I'm trying to roughly draw it out. And some of these bands are also reaching the Austin metro, portions of Hays County as well. So we are absolutely seeing some of that. I want to show you here the latest track as how it looks like, just kind of zoomed out a bit. Notice that the heaviest rain is still well into the Gulf here. Notice that. That's the heaviest rain. It's still right over water. And we're just seeing some of the bands kind of moving inland this way. Closer look across the Austin metro. I know a lot of friends are tuning in from outside of the KVUE viewing area, but here in KVUE we do cover Central Texas, including the I-35 corridor, Williamson, Travis, Hays County, portions of the Hill Country, and some of the eastern plains as far east as Lee and Fayette County. So if you are tuning in from there, this is the correct place to get your information. Let's see. Oh, Erica's on. Hi, Erica. So the Bryan College Station area, yes, will get a lot of rain. Victoria will also get lots of rain. And I'll show you some of the rainfall projections here in just a moment. But this is the current look at what the rain looks like here in Central Texas. You can see some of those bands already making it past the I-35 corridor, portions of the Hill Country seeing some of this very, very light rain. And this is what I want to show you. There is a difference in our track from when I spoke to you this morning on Daybreak. So the track still looks like it's going to make landfall around the same location and around the same time, but it is now taking a northeastward turn a bit sooner. So it looks like portions of Houston will be closer to the center of circulation of this track as it moves then into Louisiana. So I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of a closer view of this. Right now, that center is still about 30 miles off of the Texas coastline. And as we progress through the afternoon, I am expecting landfall to be somewhere between Victoria and, say, Bay City. This is the current projected path just to the east of Seadrift. But the cone of uncertainty shows us where the center of circulation could veer into, and it could be as far west as Victoria or as far east as Bay City. I am not expecting this track to shift much more ahead of landfall. So this will likely make landfall sometime between 5 and 7 this evening. And then it'll take that turn right over the Houston area, and then eventually it'll move into the middle of Louisiana. So right now, this is what we're looking at here closer to home. We notice a lot of the cloud cover is mostly along the I-35 corridor counties and to the east. That's where we find the most available moisture, and that's where we also have the highest dew points. That's where it feels a little bit more muggy. And of course, we're also already seeing some rain, and this mostly in Hays County and portions of far western Travis County. And y'all, that's what we're mostly going to be dealing with today. We're going to be dealing with the scattered showers. I don't think that we will see a true nonstop rain here. I think we're way too far to the west on the dry side of the storm for that to happen. So accumulations will be generally less than 1 inch of rain here locally. Okay, if you're asking, Ariel wants to know when is this expected to move out of Texas. I'm going to go back to that track so I can show you. So this track shows that it moves out of Texas sometime Wednesday morning, and then it moves into Louisiana. It'll likely move over the Houston metro sometime Tuesday in the afternoon. So it'll make landfall this afternoon and evening, and landfall happens around here. So between, I would say sometime between 6 and 7, 5 and 7, and then it moves closer towards the Houston metro sometime Tuesday afternoon. So Houston is right there. And then it moves out of Texas sometime Wednesday morning, and then it moves over Louisiana. Okay, a few of you are wanting to know now how much it's going to rain in your neck of the woods. So I'm going to fast forward here and show you that. Again, the bands of heaviest rain are still off of the coast, but we are seeing some of that rain here locally. And this is how one model is projecting it moves. So I talked about us being on the dry side of the storm. So as this moves inland, we're going to notice that the heaviest rain is going to stay on the right side of the storm. This is going to be the right side of the storm, right along this area. And you'll notice that that's going to be really where the focus point for heavy rain is. This is Monday around 6, and this particular model has it making landfall around this time, right there where I just circled that in. And then we'll see some of this heavy rain pushing over Houston, over Galveston, and then eventually it moves into East Texas sometime Tuesday morning. And notice how that rain then really starts to move over Louisiana sometime Tuesday afternoon. So I want to go through this again. I'm going to show it to you, but now I want you to focus on the left-hand side of your screen. San Antonio, the Austin metro, look at that. Just a few scattered showers. The bulk of the rain stays well to our east. Do you notice that? We see cloud cover, we see a few sprinkles, we may see a downpour here and there, but the heavy rain is going to be well to the east of us. Rusty said it is windy in South Austin, picked up about 30 minutes ago. I'll get to the wind here in just a little bit, Rusty. So again, today, tomorrow, we'll notice some scattered showers. There's not a specific time when these start because these rain bands just kind of move in their own time. So I've been talking about how we are on the dry side of the storm. So notice this map right here. The track, I have it laid in red, and you can see the track there. The right-hand side of the track, notice how much rain is expected, 5 to 10 inches area wide for this area, but we could see an isolated up to 15 inches of rain. And this is for that Texas coastline. Storm surge can be anywhere between 3 to 5 feet in some locations. That is water that gets pushed inland. Kelly said going to Port A tomorrow. Will it be okay? I am suggesting avoiding Port A for the next couple of days, Kelly. I think it's going to be raining hard. It will not be enjoyable if you do head in that direction. Angela said, is it possible for a wobble? Angela, I don't think it'll wobble much up until landfall, but after landfall, I think it could shift one direction or the other, but not by much. So with the current forecast track, our friends in the Hill Country, Blanco, Burnett, Llano, Mason counties, I think you'll see less than a 1/4 inch of rain, and that's even being generous there. Along the I-35 corridor, I think we see close to about a 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain. It's not going to be much at all. This is for our friends in Williamson, Travis, and Hayes County. So our Round Rock friends, our Georgetown friends, Pflugerville, Austin, Buda, I don't think we'll see much rain out of this. I think we'll see less than 1/2 inch. If you are in eastern portions of Williamson, Bastrop, Caldwell County, portions of Lee County, Milam County, I think we get closer to 1 inch of rain. Fayette County, that's our county that we need to be most cautious with, because I think that right here, we're going to see the biggest variance in rain. I think one side of the county could see 1 inch. The other side of the county could see 2+ inches of rain. And by the other side, I mean the eastern side. So if you are watching from Fayette County, just be very, very cautious. You are under a tropical storm watch at the moment. I know a few of you were asking about Victoria. Victoria also going to be one of those locations where you see a big variance in rain. We could see anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of rain there. And again, if you are anywhere along and right of this track, of this red line, 5 to 10 inches of rain look likely, isolated amounts up to 15 inches. And that is not including the storm surge. The storm surge could be anywhere between 3 to 5 feet in some locations as this is making landfall today. Zoom this out a little bit, and this is really easy to see what I mean by the wet side of the storm. This is the wet side. The right-hand side of the track is where we generally see the heaviest rain totals, the highest rain totals, and then the totals drop off drastically on the left-hand side of the track. And Austin just happens to be on the left-hand side of this track. This is not going to be a big rain event for us by any means. Okay, a few of you have been asking about winds, so I'm going to focus on winds now. So tropical storm force winds, that means anything over 38, 39 miles per hour. And it doesn't look likely. This is the percent chance of it happening in Austin, about a 6%. But look at Giddings and LaGrange, it's about a 21% chance. That's why there is a tropical storm watch there. Now, I'm going to show you this now. See how Houston, 46%, it's even higher the closer you get to the coast. That's where the high winds run the risk for. This is our projected wind gusts. So this is not sustained winds, but we could see winds gusting anywhere east of I-35 over 20 miles per hour. And if you're in Fayette, Lear, Bastrop County, we could see it even gusting closer to 30 to 40 miles per hour. So that's what you need to be on the lookout for, why there is a tropical storm watch. Oh, look at downtown here. You can see that cloud cover. It's really fluffy and it just spans across the entire area. That is a tropical air mass bringing in this cloud cover, and that's why it's so cloudy out. Temperature is already 83 degrees in Austin and at Camp Mabry. Camp Mabry and the Austin airport, I should say. Wind is still out of the south and east at about 10 miles per hour, helping bring in that moisture from the Gulf. And the dew point is 67. The higher that number is, the more moisture there is in the air. High temperature today, I'm thinking only 86 degrees. I know it's only 83 right now, but I don't think we're going to warm up too much more because of that added rain and cloud cover. Today's allergen count, elm and grass at a medium, ragweed and mold at a high, and that 7-day forecast showing temperatures in the mid 80s today and tomorrow with winds gusting close to 20 miles per hour. And we'll also notice temperatures climbing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and into this weekend as rain chances taper off. I'm going to go back to the forecast track just so I can take a breather and also so I can read through some of your questions, make sure that I answered everything that needs to be answered. Oh, that one's a little confusing. Rebecca wants to know, how will New Orleans be affected? So New Orleans won't take the brunt of it, but New Orleans will be affected. They'll definitely see some rain, but the center of circulation still kind of removed from New Orleans. I think some heavy rain will be possible there in the next few days, but Lake Charles and Alexandria and Shreveport will be the main concern for that heavy rain with Tropical Storm Nicholas. That's a great question, Rebecca. Anita, thank you so much. I really do love talking about this, and I think that's what helps. Haley is in Harris County at the moment. I think it'll get to you, Haley, sometime tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon between 5, 6, and 7. So definitely want to make sure you are off the roadways before then. Okay. Think I have answered most of those questions. If I happen to miss your question, I am so sorry, but you can always catch me on my Facebook page. Just look for Mariel Ruiz, and you can catch me on Instagram and on Twitter as well. I love interacting with y'all, so if there is any question that I can answer, help put you at ease, definitely just look out for me and I will try to get to ya. But that is all the information I have at the moment. And as always, you can catch us on KVUE.com. If there are any updates that we need to send to you, of course, we'll also send them on our KVUE app via push notifications. So make sure to download that KVUE app. It's the easiest way to stay connected with us. And we are also going to be obviously keeping you updated right here on KVUE's Facebook page, KVUE social media accounts. And don't forget, you can join us at 5. Meteorologist Shane Hinton will be in for this afternoon, and then I'll be back on in the morning, keeping you updated. We've got a few crews heading out to Fayette County just to see how heavy the rain will be out in that location. All right, have a good one. Stay safe.